welcome once again to the original and the only show that'll tell you like it is, grab you by the hand and help you out. Today we got a full cast. I'm so happy. I got L1 here with us. I also have Lexi AI and Luna 9, who seems to be always on doing some kind of meeting or something like that. Well, I'm glad she's here today too. Today's conversation is going to be pretty interesting because we're going to talk about, well, be a professional even outside of the office. And what does that mean for you people? Will you be miserable? We don't know. We're going to find out today with our staff and find out exactly what are some of those benefits about being professional. Welcome aboard, team. Luna 9, how are you today?
Hey, the Novi. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. I'm actually really happy that the fall, the autumn equinox has risen or descended upon us, and it's beautiful around here. I know that L1 and I were talking about how we're so excited about the cold weather.
Can you say that in an awesome voice? The fall equinox is here. Anime.
L1, take it away.
Come on, you do the Zim kind of guy. Come on.
Oh, you.
Okay, I want to hear it.
The fall equinox.
L1, how are you today?
I'm doing excellent. You know, first of all, I want to say to those listening, we are not going to ask you to do something that you don't like. Everything we suggest has a benefit. Well, you may not like it at first, but there's a benefit. So listen.
Yeah.
El benefacto. So, do you really believe people are going to take this seriously and go ahead and try to live their life professionally?
Well, so? I'll just say this real quick, and then we got to introduce Lexi AI here. But, you know, I think a lot of people are doing it more or less subconsciously, and it's easier than you think.
Is that like everybody walks on the right side of the mall because they drive on the right side of the street? Anyway, hold that thought. Lexi AI, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How is everybody else doing here?
Doing awesome.
Awesome.
Good.
And you know who else is doing awesome? El Cuco is doing awesome. Cuco, sit down. So before El Cuco takes this away, what is today's topic? L1, what is the topic today about?
Well, basically, you know, your professional life doesn't have to stop with your business. It doesn't have to stop with your 9 to 5 or your work from home job. It does not. In fact, I guarantee you, if you were to apply it and bring it outside into every aspect of your life. Bring it
outside sounds like a fight.
You would have a lot more confidence, a lot less problems. But we got to define some things. We got to define why people don't do it. We got to define exactly what does it mean to be professional. So we'll jump right into that, actually.
Lexi AI, you think it's true? People are going to follow this. They're going to want to be professional inside and outside of the office?
I think yes and no. It really depends on the mindset. I feel like if you do work in an environment where, you know, the professionalism is what gets things to move along smoothly and work does get done and there is little to no fights within the office between coworker and coworker, then why not bring it home?
Luna 9, seriously? How many people do you know that are going to do this?
It's difficult to say because I think it really does in a way depend on the mindset, and not just the mindset, but I guess that's just a difficult thing because I know that people around my age, and I'm in my late 20s, guys, don't judge me, but I know that a lot of people in my age, you know, they've already settled into like either their first home or they're in a serious relationship. They by now have, if not a career, at least some type of a job that can maintain them like your parents would want you to.
Well, you think they'll do it?
So I think that for people like that, sometimes they may want to, because people want to do more of a leadership type thing within profession, which I've found with entrepreneurism that has become more of a norm. People do within that arena want to venture more towards wanting to be more professional outside of work so they can become crafty at it and it can become something that can just be second language.
All right, hold the thought. You're going to go on forever. I hear you. I just wanted a yes or no. What do you think? They're going to do this or not?
I think yes and no.
All right, hold that thought. And we're going to give you our wonderful little commercial so you know how we're sponsored and how you can also sponsor yourself and become, you know, part of the legacy, the saga of becoming a podcaster, having your YouTube channel and making a little bit of dough. And I don't mean pizza because I do love pizza. But I don't mean that, make a little bit of money on the side that'll help you out. Also, respectfully, how we put it together for you and how we use the Dynexum project to do so.
Welcome, team and survivors of the darkness virus. Become the Source is a self-sponsored broadcast assisting you to find your way through life. The Dynexum project has made it possible for us and other social media content providers and creators to become independent by being able to choose products and services that assist your ability to finance and maintain your podcast, removing the fear of losing your sponsor or monetization. The Dynexum project helps you be the boss and remain in charge of your content, and most importantly, your streams of income. After all, you are the talent behind your show. So imagine creating multiple streams of income doing what you do best. But hey, don't believe us. Try it for yourself. You can visit dynexumintro.nsa6.com. That's dynexumintro.nsa6.com. You can also visit revenuechallenge.nsa6.com. That's Revenue Challenge, RevenueChallenge.nsa6.com. And for more information, you can go to www.becomethesource.com. Following statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration and are for educational purposes only. The product or products listed here are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Always consult with your physician before beginning any diet and exercise program. Product of the day. We are on a mission to get you healthy, so don't go 3 steps out of bed without getting you your dose of OPC3, particularly Isotonics OPC3, marketed as the world's most powerful antioxidant. Although there are too many benefits to mention right here, right now, I can tell you a few reasons why I love OPC3. I do love the fact that it actually helped with my allergies, and I do love the fact that it actually helps when I'm traveling in long car rides. And of course, it's all part of my regular vitamin regime. So to get it right now, you can go to opc-3.nsa6.com. And if you would like to hear about our other secret elixirs to enhance your life, you can go to secretelixirs.nsa6.com. That's secretelixirs.nsa6.com. And don't forget, it is mother approved.
And welcome back. So we're talking about whether or not you should be professional, or can you be professional or be professional outside of the office. So right off the bat, I think that, I don't know.
There's always a problem, isn't there?
There is, because I think that the human ego always tries to take charge.
Yeah.
And throughout all of history, that's been kind of a problem, right? And so when you read these books, they see it like leave the ego at the door, and some people are so bold as to, make the titles really interesting. Some people are bold enough to say nice things like, the Chicken Soup Soul, or whatever the book that is, Soul for Chicken Soup or whatever. Somebody correct me. But the Chicken Soup for the Soul. Yeah, and you start reading these books, and then, definiteness of purpose and everything. And whether you're nice to a person, direct, or you show them the technique straight on, you're always going to have that ego issue with it. Man, I don't want to do that. I'm already doing that. Then I always say, well, then where are the results? Because professionalism equals results. That's how I would see it. Open discussion. Go ahead, L1. Introduce this weird topic to me.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's a good segue. People really think that the whole idea of leave your ego at the door when you're at work has been, I think, so distorted. People think that they have separate lives, behaviors, and routines than their lives at work. And
well,
their
you could be like me. I have
business.
no life whatsoever.
Well, most people have separate lives and behaviors and habits that they take with them to the workplace and to their business. And then for some reason, they they just like subconsciously shut it once they're outside. It's like they have split personalities. And
So are you saying people should be on medication? They go to work, they're one person, they come out, they're somebody else.
I'm not saying they should be
Jekyll
on
and Hyde?
medication.
What's going on here?
But
I never knew this.
here's what I think. It's confusing to the subconscious, and it is confusing to the people subconsciously who are observing you. It really is. You know, the thing is, people will say, "Oh yeah, it's okay. So and so is acting professional. Just wait till he gets home." It's still creating some disharmony.
All right, Luna,
It's
now,
almost like they're playing a character outside of themselves when they go to work.
Yeah.
well, I mean, isn't it important to play a character? I mean,
Yeah, but then they totally
'cause you-
forget
you-
about
you
it
really
as soon as
can't-
they leave.
Look, if I go, if you know, people are weird, right? Sometimes they want to go in with their chanclas. They want to go in smelling like yesterday's booze, or maybe like the whole week's booze. They want to and they think that it's comfortable. Maybe they put some perfume on, and it affects the neighbor because like me, for example, my nose will close up when I smell things, right? And then I can't breathe, and I got all this snot coming out of my nose. Now I don't look professional because I got snotty nose. I mean, everything is kind of like a chain reaction. But what I'm getting at is that I think people believe that they're being themselves, and they don't realize how many doors are closing, how many problems they're causing outside of them, around them,
Well, you know what I think? And I know that L1 mentioned split personality, and I think that split personality does stem from the subconscious not wanting to root itself to what it believes that it is something outside of what the identity of that person wants to ultimately become.
So what I hear from you
which-
right now is self-sabotage. Are you going
in
that
a way,
route?
and I think that's because they see it as separate from what their identity wants to become. They think that being professional sometimes means that it's no fun, because in their mind it looks like something serious, meaning you yourself have to be a serious person, and sometimes people don't want to be serious, they want to
Okay.
be silly. So but what they have to realize is that there can be charm within professionalism.
So here's something for you, all right? And I want to draw upon different situations and different ways that people feel. So let's say, for example, that you're in your terrible twos. Mom and dad tell you to do something. What are you going to say? The power of no. No, I'm not going to do that. No, no, no. I mean,
Oh, boy.
You can barely talk a full sentence, and already you're saying no, 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 right?
I just picture myself screaming, not even saying like anything.
That would be you. So my point is, though, that at an early age, you're defiant, right? And then as you grow up, you think everyone else is full of it because you know a better way. If you knew a better
it's
way,
mediocrity.
right? But if you knew a better way, you should be doing better, right? That's what I would say.
Exactly.
So my point is, do you really think people are going to say, "Who defines professionalism?" Tell me that.
Well, that's going to be part of our solution, but that's a great core cause.
Right, but
you know,
I know,
like-
but I'm thinking that's part of the problem. People are
It
going to
is,
come up and
yeah.
say, "Who's going to define that? You? Who you?"
well, it's part of the core cause. People don't know what professionality really means.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like, they think it's kind of like a suit that you put on and that means you're professional, but I think that ultimately...
You mean the tie doesn't work?
I mean, it counts as the first, reaction people have towards you, which is the visual. But if you have the visual down and you don't have the attitude...
See, now you're talking layers. You got the visual, you got the attitude, you got your posture, you got your demeanor, right?
Right. There has to be an attitude that, is that professional way. And it doesn't have to be, like I said earlier, serious. It can be charismatic. It can be down to earth. It can be social. It can mingle with other people, and it can be fun. But it also has to be relevant to what it is that is being done at that time. And if there is no relevance because you're hanging out with your friends, even if it's just a matter of having accuracy of words or just not slurring every other word that you say and actually use words, guys, no slang, that even can count as some kind of professionalism or training to get your subconscious there.
So I'm sort of hearing Luna 9 saying we need to define professionalism in a way that is formulaic, probably, but this is a business model and not an esoteric model, so we have to sort of be careful not to spew the esotericism. I made up a word there, and the esoteric values here, but you kind of can't get out of it. And
You kind of can't.
You sort of have to define it and understand that you're there to be in service of others. We'll get that in the solutions, I guess. But
Right, but you can't overlook that we do have to think about the physiology and the neurology of a person and how they react emotionally to that. Because in a way, that can be esoteric, but it is also a very real thing with business. Because entrepreneurs are also humans that want to do better.
Yeah.
So how can you be a professional even outside the office?
So here's I hear a need for defining in a formulaic. And if you guys don't know what formulaic is, go to inet.nsa6.com, look up formulaic. If it's not in there, tell me to put it up there. I'll put it up there for you. So recap. Professionalism. What is it, real quick? What are we looking for, and what are the recap on the problems?
Well, if I were to recap it all, the issue is people have separate lives in terms of like behavior, habits, and routines that they do at work in their business, their entrepreneurship, versus when they're, quote, behind closed doors at home. It's almost like they have split personalities. And if you don't think you're confusing the people around you, you are at a very subconscious level. You're confusing yourself at a subconscious level. It's going to create mediocrity, and it's going to create frustration. Trust me, it's going to wear down on you.
So
the issue, the core cause, is that people don't know what professional really means, but also people think that they have leeway to be less than professional. But we'll jump into what professional means, like what traits can you incorporate.
Well, I was going to ask real quick, Lexi, professionalism. When you are with your friends, what would you consider a professional friend to be? I guess I want to ask the question that way because, we have to be professional, right? Professional outside. So you got a friend, you're going to drink some beer. Is he a professional beer drinker? I don't know. Help me out here. What would you like your professional friends to be like?
Well, within a friendship, I would definitely say minimizing on what people would call venting, where they're, constantly bringing things up in the negative.
So don't verbally puke on other people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could, with the beer, beer puke, no? Okay,
Yeah.
So, all right, so I kind of get what you mean. Don't go frustrating other people, but that takes a lot of training, I think. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. Mm-hmm. And I think you can take emotional cues, right, from that. So professional... We'll talk about that in a minute, like professional friend.
I also think, in regards to professional friendship, actually actively listening to the friend that you're with, not just waiting until there's a break in silence to spew out whatever's on your mind.
Okay, Luna 9, what do you think? Professional outside of the office, how would you do that, like in a formulaic sort of?
Well, for me...
Just so I can get a clear vision, our audience can get a clear vision.
Sure.
Why you want to do this.
Sure. I mean, for me, conceptually, professionalism outside of the workplace is still, like if you're thinking of a person, the individual's conduct overall. Do they have an established respect for other people? Are they knowledgeable to an extent to where they can just have a conversation? And if not, they can, be patient and be respectful? Are they being aware of the diversity? Do they have strong communication skills?
Like
can they collaborate?
I was going in that direction. I want to see who would gravitate there. Thank you. I would say that if you're going to be a friend, right? And if you're going to be, if you're going to be a martial artist, be a martial artist. Execute. Haya karate chop, right? Like I used to. If you're going to be a soldier, be a soldier. Learn how to use your stuff. The safety has to go with it. The demeanor. You're not going to just beat up on people just because. And if you're gonna be a friend, be a friend. I'm here to help you. I'm here to assist you. Have fun with you. And that you guys mentioned the symptoms, right? L1 and Lexi, but I think Luna sort of hit it on the formulaic side. And I think that the problem is that people are too stressed out to be able to be a good friend all the time. And think about it. You have to give and take, right? So maybe your friend's puking on you today. And I gotta, or me, puke, all these problems. And I have to be a professional friend and say, hey, we're in it for the long run. How can I help you? But then he has to say, for example, I'm your professional friend in need right now. So I'm professionally in need. So let me puke on you for a little bit. And we're going to resolve this together, not get mad at each other, resolve it together, and sort of move on. And I think that's kind of like where the problem is because when people go be a professional outside, what's that mean? I got to wear my suit and tie when I'm going to go out on hang out with you?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get a feel for it. So you were going to go into core causes though, right?
No, actually, we're past that. We're on solutions now. I would say then the definition of being professional means, based on what you guys were saying.
Did you say we're on solutions?
Yeah,
We're on happy music now?
that's right.
And nobody told me? Oh, yeah. All right, so let's be happy about this.
Let's first define it. It's basically conceptually following a set of guidelines and behavior and understanding people at their level to achieve a goal
But
and
you
results
have
in
to include
lifestyle that you want.
diversity.
That's why I said understanding people at their level.
Right. But,
So
okay, I got it.
what would that include? I mean, so we gave you the definition. So like I said, following a set of guidelines and behaviors and understanding people at their level so that you can achieve the lifestyle and goals that you want and achieve certain results.
So there's one more thing you're not mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
But, and let's face it, give and take, pluses or minuses, whatever. Why are you a friend? Why do you want friends?
Well, I think it's important to be part of a community and also to
Not
assist.
generically, Luna 9, not generically. Why do you want to be a friend?
I think that, well, I mean, it might get a little less so, but I think for me, I would want to be a friend because, in a way, I think it's important for people to have somebody that they can depend on, and depending on people can look like a lot of different things. Like if your friend is too stressed, you can be a friend and you can be patient and you can listen to them. If your friend is talking about something that they're very happy or adamant about and you can relate, you can collaborate with them but not overstep and be respectful. So I think in terms of being a friend, for me, it's to be mindful also of like impulsiveness, my own and others, and not overspeed the tempo and skip over any notes, because I think that the point of also being a friend is to hear each and every sound of that and visualize the full picture so that you can be there.
So here's what I recommend. I like what you said. I'm not stepping over you one bit. Everything you said is right, but I was leading into, you need to know why you have friends, right? You need to know why you are a friend, right? Why do you want to be a friend with somebody else? You need to know what you can share with the other people.
Oh, I know the answer.
You need to know.
I get it now. I enjoy kindness, and I would like to duplicate that kindness onto the world.
So as a professional friend, you are looking for those people that can either use that kindness and people that return that kindness to you. And then you can share kindness to other people, right? And then now you are a professional friend. You're there with the meaning and purpose, and you probably will never feel like you're let down. Mm-hmm. You use, in other words, for people that you meet and greet, which are called acquaintances, right?
Right.
So being a professional outside of the office for me has to deal with goal setting. Like if you're going to be a friend, be a friend. If you're going to be an acquaintance, be an acquaintance. And follow the protocol to keep an acquaintance there, and follow the protocol to keep a friend. And if an acquaintance develops into a friend, then go ahead and change up the protocol into, how can that be a benefit? And, make it a point to schedule them in and say, hey, next Saturday we're going on a bike ride. I want you to come.
Yeah, I think part of that is definitely the ability to plan. I think that's very important and almost essential, if anything.
You sort of do it anyway. L1 was saying, you do it anyway. You just need to know how to do it on purpose, right? L1, weren't you doing that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And
of course.
one thing I do want to emphasize, this doesn't have to be boring. I think, a lot of people will listen and say, this sounds so rigid. Like, it feels like I'm following this script all the time and I'm not being genuine. That's not true. This is a certain set of behaviors to help you be more genuine and to help you have more fun.
Also to help you discover you. You've been locked up in a shoe somewhere in a box someplace.
Yeah.
Come on out. Enjoy the sunlight.
And that makes relationships, and that makes your life a lot more rich.
Lexi AI, any closing comments on this? Because I think we kind of settled it, right? I can see now why being a professional is important.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with what L1 just mentioned. I mean, I believe she's talking more in the lines of protocol when it comes to your work environment. So if your protocol is to, speak a certain way to a customer or to a client, or even to your fellow peers, you have the ability to take what's in front of you, what was given to you, and be creative with it in a professional way. So that also helps you create new skills on how to interpret things and also how to become a more creative personal you or professional you.
Luna 9, last comment?
Well, just remember, guys, that professionalism doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun and it can even be enjoyable, and it can open up a lot of opportunities that you wouldn't even know.
And L1, any last comments?
Like I said, appreciate and embrace the professional and attitude and traits that you do at work. And I know everybody, or at your business, or at your entrepreneurship, because they can easily be adapted to your home life and personal life. And deal with issues like you have emotional intelligence, because I know you do. Obviously you do. You bring it to your work.
And y'all listening to this wonderful channel, you gotta be intelligent to be here. No, but I really appreciate this. I'm going to start my list on emotional disciplines for being a professional friend and being a professional acquaintance and being a professional, helper of the world. That's what I'm going to do tonight.
All right.
Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for joining us today. We're going to keep it very simple for you guys so you can go out there and conquer your world. Make it happen the way you want to make it happen.
Now more than ever.
And L1, go ahead and say sayonara.
Well, thank you guys for listening. And remember, you've got this. You really do. We're here to support you.
Lexi AI.
Thank you for tuning in today, guys, and become your business personality.
Luna 9.
Alrighty, you guys, it's been real, it's been fun, it's been awesome. Till next time, tuning out.
And this is the Novi, along with, who's hanging around here. Yeah, I'm going to choke that guy later. El Cuco. Anyway, this is the Novi, wishing you well, wishing you the absolute best journey in your life. And I hope that this opens up a level of exploration that maybe you didn't think about before. Till next time, here on the same channel.
Hi there, L1 reporting, and we would like to give back to our iNet community, and that means you, survivors of the darkness virus. We would like you to get up to anywhere between 2% to 50% cash back on items that we mention, as well as items that you commonly buy. Now that's real cash back that you can also use on 45,000 plus participating stores that you most likely are already buying, all from the safety and convenience of the internet. Now you can get cash back on just about anything you need or want from your favorite store, or try something new by visiting our link, and that's shopping.becomethesource.com, shopping.becomethesource.com. And if you want to learn more or tell a friend, you can go to cashback.nsa6.com. That's cashback.nsa6.com. Your purchases will directly contribute to BTS and all of the projects so that we can all have a brighter tomorrow. And it's as easy as putting in your email and start shopping with no fees or no charges. That's free. That's our gift to you.
And don't forget to look us up on becomethesource.com to get all your wonderful shows. They're all listed nicely. And if you need a podcast, go to podcast.becomethesource.com. Don't forget to like us, listen to us, admire us from afar. No, I'm just kidding. Just be a friend.